Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of Professionals Unplugged. I am your host, Utkarsh Shukla, and let me introduce you to my guest, Dr. Supriya. Dr. Supriya, thank you so much for accepting our invite.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So let's start with our very basic question. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience, like who you are, what work you do, anything you want us to know about you?
Hello, everyone. A very good morning. Thank you for having me here. I am Dr. Supriya Chauhan. I'm an aesthetic dentist with an implant privilege. I have completed my studies from India, and right now I'm based in Dubai, in UAE, and I work with NMC Hospitals, is one of the leading hospitals in Dubai, as a specialist implantologist and prosthodontist. So I specialize in veneers, smile design. Apart from that, my heart lies in the passion project that I have started, which is called as Casting Keepsakes. So I make imprints of hands, feet, full body, face, pregnant bellies, uh, you name it, the body part you want to replicate and make as a sculpture, I make it, I frame it, and then it can be used as a as a decoration piece in your home. So that project was started 20 years back. I started casting my friends and relatives' hands and feet using the knowledge of dental materials. The materials what I use are all dental materials. So and I have also written a book on computer aided designing and computer assisted manufacturing and implant dentistry, CAD CAM and implants. It's available at Amazon. Using that modern technology and my dental skills, I now make a lot of imprints, unbreakable casts. I can cast in any material of your choice, from pure gold to stone to glass, anything. So I'm just playing around with this new venture of mine and seeing where it goes.
That's really great. I think you have combined two professions into one and trying to get the best of both of them, right? Starting
Yeah.
with the first one, like the dentist career, like you said, you are a surgeon. I not getting that word again.
Aesthetic dentist. I design your smile.
Yeah.
I'm a smile design.
Can you just tell us more about it, like how aesthetic dentist is different from a normal dentist, like for a common people who wanted to know?
So we do everything. It's not that there is something that we can't do or we won't do. As a basic graduate of dentistry, you're taught everything. You can practice anything in a person's mouth. But then there comes a specialization or a niche. You study more of that part. So my part is replacement. Prosthodontist, prosthesis means replacement. So all over your maxillofacial, if somebody's lost their part of the face or nose or ear due to cancers or accidents, we need to sometime operate and take the entire thing out and replace him back. So replacement is where we come in, from a single tooth to the all the teeth to the jaw to nose, eyes, ears, any part of the maxillofacial we can replace. So that is my specialty. So it also includes veneers and bleaching, making your smile a little whiter. And some have a little crooked teeth, and they have shows to perform. So we design your smile the way you want, basically.
That's really great. And there are also sometimes people think there are a lot of risk or there is not too much of trust into changing the shape of your smiles or other things. So, what are your thoughts on this, and how do you think it is important to make a trust with the clients?
I think it's becoming a very superficial world. Everybody wants to have a Hollywood smile, as we call it here. Everybody wants to have one particular smile, that when we smile, we should not see a black cap here. When we smile, all our teeth should be equal in shape. It should be brightest white, irrespective of the shade of the color tone of our skin. We want it to be brightest white, and it has to look the certain way that we have seen on a TV, a Hollywood celebrity endorsing their smile. So that I think is becoming a dangerous trend now, because we do not realize that enamel is the toughest tissue of the body. The top layer of the tooth that we have it is the toughest tissue. It is protecting us from all the cold, hot, wind, everything. So we need to nurture it and protect it rather than keep on bleaching it and doing things that can harm us. Having said that, there are indications where you have to get these done. So having a trust in the dentist is really important, but that I think comes with time, with word of mouth. Usually people trust the people that have gone to a dentist and have worked better. So If you need an opinion of a 2, 3 dentist, please go ahead with it. But I would say almost all the dentists want to practice ethical unless they are forced to. If you go and tell them, no, 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 I don't care about what you say, but I have to have the whitest white you have on table and change all the teeth, all the colors of all the teeth have to change the color. These kind of pressure when it comes, then sometimes the dentists have to go out of their way just to keep their clients happy, although it is not recommended. But then when the pressure comes, people do bend at times. So I think more than trusting the dentist, you have to trust the process. You have to understand and maybe get your lower your bar for expectations. Not
Yeah,
everybody is a Hollywood celeb, and let's face it, there are a lot of side effects to that life as well. So let's try to conserve the natural what we have rather than meticulous replacement of what can make you a Hollywood star overnight.
I totally agree with you on this point. Like everybody is unique on their own perspective, and
For
you should
sure.
not try to copy rather than have a
Very
treat.
true. I always say imperfection is your identity.
Yes,
Don't change your identity.
it's a very good point. So, how you maintain your work-life balance? Like at the starting point, you have mentioned to me, like when we were offline, like it's very difficult for women, especially, to manage their times once they have babies and other things, right? So, what is your secret in order to maintain the balance between your professional and personal life, or I can say
Firstly,
passion and professional as well?
I think that it comes from the men of the house. They are so helpful, so supportive. We are living in a different times, let's admit. Our husbands are much, much more considerate and supportive than the husbands 2, 3 generations back might have been. We've just heard stories. I wouldn't say for sure that they were not good, but we've heard stories passing down the generations that they were not as supportive. In the kitchen, in the living room, cleaning up, cooking up, taking care of the kids. We have hands-on husbands, all thanks to the men community to step forward. And when we have that kind of support system, why not do something better with our life? So, step out and do whatever you want to. Having said that, mom guilt is real. You have to spend the kind of time that you need to with your kids at home. That equation never matches. You always feel today I've done less for them. Sometimes you feel today done less for the profession. All your life you've studied so much, all those competitions with lakhs of students, you come to a place, and just when you're at the prime time of starting your career, you have a baby, you have a wedding, a marriage, and then you realize, okay, now this is a gap. Once you go down a gap, the competition is so fierce. There are others who might not be as capable as you are, who might not have worked as good as you are, but you see them progressing. That hurts sometimes, that, oh, I was more capable. What am I doing sitting back just home? For that reason, I think I started this business, and I train a lot of dental students. I go to the dental colleges, around 45 to 50 dental colleges, conferences I've held, and taught the students that learn this art and keep it at the back of your mind. There will be a day when you'll shift, because husbands shift, wives shift in most cases. In new places, like in Dubai, we have to give exams. So you study for the exams. By the time you settle out of the process, there's something else happening in your life, parents' health, kids' health, and you're not able to join in full force in your work. Start something from your home. Castings give you that kind of work. I still work from my home at the comfort. So all day I work in my clinic, or sometimes I have night shifts. I come back at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. But whenever I'm free, I give appointments accordingly. People come to my place, I take their imprints. Whenever I have time with a sip of coffee, with a good movie on Netflix, I keep carving, painting. Whenever it's ready, I give it to them. I tell them, please give me a month's time. It might be over within a week, it might be over. So everything is flexible. Everything is in my control at the comfort of my home. So I think that is very important these days. Ladies have to start a venture from their comfort space.
I totally agree with you on this point. So, how hard was the inception for you for the keepsakes? Like,
Very
how
difficult.
find out the first
Uh,
clients and
So I started casting 20 years back, and I heard words like, oh, it's so creepy. Why would somebody want their hands and feet hanging on the walls? Because that is how it was looked at. 20 years back, nobody knew this could be a profession, this could be a passion. But I used to just cast it if there is a baby in the family. I'd say, okay, let me just, because I used to play with those materials all day. So I thought, making impression of a tooth, let me make impression of your hand and give it to you. I wouldn't paint it or something. I gave it. Slowly, there came a time where some parents came with their kids, and they saw the cast that I had with the milk tooth and all. And they said, can you just paint it and give it to me? I used to love to paint. So I'll just pick up any color and then blue, pink, white and paint it and give it to them. I then realized quite later in my life that they actually preserved that. The impression of the milk tooth in their jaws, those tiny teeth, and then it was so precious to them. And slowly, the cast that I had made for my friends and family, their kids became bigger. They went to the college. So now these people were empty nesters, nobody at home. That is the time they took those small little hands and feet out of the hand and they asked me, "Can you display it in a way that we can hang in the wall and watch it all day, all night?" And I said, why not? So when I started doing that, I understood the importance of it. While you have a newborn with you, you're so messed up with everything else, you do not realize how precious a stage that is, never to be returned in your life. Only once that stage passes out and you take a deep breath and you realize, was it this tiny? Was this such a special phase? Why did I not preserve it in 3D? Why can't I hold each and every wrinkles? Why can't I feel it? That is the time when you realize. So that is where my work, then I felt passionate about it, that no, I have to start it full force. And I started it. One reason for monetizing it, I used to still do it as a passion, but there came a lot of kids who unfortunately do not survive for more than 2, 3 years of their life. They are born with some certain diseases, unfortunately. Those parents approached me here in Dubai saying our insurances are not covering the diseases and we cannot fly because of some of their lung condition. We cannot take the kid to India. So whatever we have sold everything. We have just put in the treatment, and we also know that the kid is not going to survive for more than 2, 3 years. Can you make their imprints for us? But sorry, we don't have anything to pay you with. And they said, we'd hate to see the photo. We know that my child will be gone, but we don't want to see their photos with all the tubes and cylinders and blue face and the trauma. We don't want to be reminded of that, but we at the same time want a memory of them. So I made hand and foot imprint and I made it for free. And then from there came some other. So a lot of special kids, I made the cast. And then I realized that I need some money to put in money. That is when then I open it as a business. So I still do not keep much of it from in my pocket. It's all directed towards, I have lists ready of special kids from Down syndrome. It doesn't have to be a life-threatening risk, but the challenges that the parents feel with the special kid is much, much, much more than what we feel. So I started this business for them. Whatever I earn, I gift it to somebody.
I think that's really
So
kind
working
of
for
you.
fun.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you
that's
so much.
really kind of you to know like when to use the money thing and when not to, right? And that's
Thank
very
you.
important for every one of us to understand who is needy and who really can pay you.
I don't think it was a very clear in my mind when I started it, but this one baby changed my whole outlook because she used to stay in Sharjah. From Dubai to Sharjah, I said, it's okay, you can't travel, I'll travel. Every time I used to leave Dubai, I used to message them that I'm coming. They said, okay, fine, we are waiting at home. By the time I reached Sharjah, they used to be in hospital. Her face started turning blue and we had to rush her to the hospital. 3 times it happened, and then it just struck that, oh God, how difficult and unpredictable is that life. We don't know where you are right now, where you will be. And she said, I think I'm losing her today. I think I'm losing her today. That mother's stress, she doesn't know what is happening next. And whenever I used to say, I'm coming again, she said, I don't know what will happen. I don't know if you can ever meet the baby. So, that just changed the perspective for me. I felt they deserve a little kindness from everyone, whatever little I can do for them.
I agree with you on this point. So, what is the biggest aim for you right now? Like, how you want to proceed with your passion, or do you want to
Uh,
indulge your passion and career into one thing?
I really want to train more women. My mom was a working woman. She was a teacher all her life. And then close to her retirement, when she left her job and was sitting back home, all she did was look at the phone and waiting for one of the kids to call her. And I thought, this is not the mom I knew. Why has her life come to a standstill now? Because she is capable of much more. All her life, we have seen our parents working throughout. And when you see them sitting on a chair and just staring at the wall, you realize they've done everything they could enforce for you. Now it's your turn to do something for them. So I taught this art to my mom, saying, just do it, not for the money, just do it. Call your friends, call your, neighbors, make some cars, do something fun with the kids. And now today she's catering to 21 cities in India. She's bigger caster than I am because she's so much in demand. Sometimes she's flying to Lucknow, flying to Jaipur, Ahmedabad, 21 cities. She just keeps going and casting. So this has now she has learned it so well and she does it beautifully and her clients love her. So then I want to now teach more and more women who are of the senior citizen age, who are single ladies, widowers, who really widows who don't have much of the earning, and they are actually making pretty good money at this age. So I think that is my push point right now. I want to teach this art to the rural country where they don't have anything, but they do. Our ladies are very good with art. We don't realize that they might be educated or not, but they're extremely good with their handwork, from cooking to the skills that the handicrafts that they can do. I'm amazed by the zeal that they have, the hard work that they can do. No one can beat that. So I want them to put it in perspective and earn something good out of it, maybe. So right now I'm taking classes every Saturday and on call, on Zoom, and I'm teaching them. So, and when they are not having access to the materials, I send them off the materials so they can start something of their own.
That's great. So anyone who wants to join Keepsakes, how can they contact you guys?
Just message me on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Just message me. I'm always present.
And it's a
I'll
global
pick them.
lecture, right? It's for everyone from all over the world.
Why not? All over. Although I'm doing more for the ladies, that doesn't mean I hate men. Men are more than welcome as well. But we have to agree. Ladies are more inclined towards art. When I say that you have to paint it and varnish it, and then the men are like, okay, I'll call my wife. Please teach her that part. So,
Great. It's a great point. So if I ask you to share any one story from your life that you think has inspired you the most, what it will be?
story from my life would be being approached by the royal family members. Uh, of UAE and of India. I wouldn't have thought that this is that big a thing that can go to the page three celebs. But being invited then, and I casted for Mandira Bedi ji, I casted for Sudha Chandran ji, I casted for Maharani Radhika Raje Gaikwad ji in Baroda royal family. Being invited there and then, making the cast and getting the reviews that it's nice. And uh, I think that gave me the most important zeal, the push that I needed that, okay, this can go somewhere. It's not, I was just blindly doing castings because I loved it. But high point, you make it as a profession and teach others, maybe they achieve greater heights in it, came through the pastry celebs approaching me for their cast and appreciating me. So from Bhagyashri ji to Rohit Roy ji, every one of them not only did got the cast, but also sent private message later. It means a lot, I think. It is really kind of them to reach out to a small artist like me and then say that they really liked it. And Parinti Chopra's mom, it's casting I've made. She's a very great artist, Reena Chopra ji. I made her hand holding a brush. And what happened was I was in Dubai and there was a Filmfare Award event. Parinti Chopra was in the same hotel. And we crossed and she remembered me. I think that was my highest point. I had never met Parinidhi Chopra. I had met her mother. I had met all her family because I went to their relatives' home to cast her hand. All her mothers, brothers, sisters, everybody I met, but not Parinidhi. But Parinidhi remembered me. She said, "Oh, I saw your casting. It's at home and it's really nice and you do a good job." And I couldn't speak. I was shivering. I thought, oh my God, she's not supposed to know me. I've never even met her. But my art is there in their home and it is a talk of their home and it meant a lot. It gave me the encouragement that, no, I think this is good enough. I can take it up as a big time profession. So that could be a high point in my life.
Yeah, but I think when you are trying to give your everything to a work, then work speaks itself.
Yeah.
That's what happened to you.
Not every work that is because there was a lot of doubt. Some of my colleagues even messaged me saying, "So now you're going home to take imprints. What have you come down to?" And I thought, is this that bad a deal going home to home? Like, why? I enjoy doing this. There was new moms who were not able to come to me, and I was so enthusiastic to take their newborn first day, first imprints. I used to walk to them or go to the hospitals and take their imprints. I said, why not? If you want it, let me do it. So it was sheer passion for me. So then there were also some people saying, ki, oh, casting, so now you have nothing to do with dentistry. Then put that to end. Now I think you're just an artist. And I thought, why are artists looked down upon? Why is that a bad deal? Okay, fine enough. I choose artistry to dentistry, but what is so wrong in it? Although I practice both, And I do understand that a lot of respect comes through dental profession than casting profession, which I want to change. Every art deserves a kind of respect because it is a lot. You are doing something that is not written in a book. You are doing something out of your creative mind. And when the world comes down, you turn to your TV, you turn to a book. When you're on the worst of your days, you turn to an artist. Artists deserve that kind of respect. So I thought this is something below my dignity that I'm doing, and I almost stopped doing it with so many of people making fun of me. She must be banging someone's door and asking her to let her in. That's why she's not answering the call. I thought, why is that a bad a deal? So I then messaged my deans, my HOD, the teachers, the professors who have taught me, my guide, and I just sent some of my work that this is what I did and this is what do you feel about it? And that is a time when they said, this is amazing. You're thinking out of the box, and we are so proud of you. I said, if my teachers and my parents are proud of me, I'm going ahead full force. Let's see what it brings. And now the same people, the same colleagues are asking me to cast their kids' hand, and they're ready to travel all the way. That we'll come wherever you want us to come, but please do it for us, for our kids. So I think things change, perspectives change. Our zeal and passion should remain.
I totally agree with you on this point. Like your passion should drive you rather than the career
Yeah.
that you're on it, right?
Yeah.
And I believe artists have a lot of need to show a lot of patience as well. I have interviewed a lot of
Very true.
artists before. They have told me
True.
like it takes a lot of time for them to craft
Yeah.
something, rather it's painting or static or anything like that you are making, right? It takes a lot of efforts and a lot of patience as well because a slight mistake can
Yeah.
change the whole thing and you need to
Everything
start
goes
from
down the
scratch.
drain, it's
Yeah.
all gone. So
So
yes, it is a very noble profession. I think all kinds of art, not only the painting and art kind of art, but from the music to even writing novels. I think they all deserve hats off them. It is a lot of creativity, patience, and a lot of time. You don't know when you start. You don't know what the end is. You just start, and that entire process, your heart keeps beating. That how is it going to come out? How is it going to turn up? Will this be nice? Oh my God, does this go wrong? That entire process is so long and so stressful. I think they deserve all the respect. At dentistry, when I start my case, I know exactly what it is because I've read it, I've done it, I've seen it. I know how it is going to go, and I can tell my clients, okay, this is a procedure, this much time, this much money, and this is the outcome. But not so with the art. So I think we do deserve a lot of, we need to give a lot of respect to the artists.
I totally agree with you on this point, and that's a very fair point. Like, it's not something that is pre-planned. You need to be on the point by doing so, and the same goes on. So I think thank you so much, Dr. Supriya, for your thoughts and knowledge. It was really a great experience for me to know about this art and how things works and how you should continue on your passion, regardless of what the voices around your heads comes out from the different people. Right. So keep listening to yourself and the persons that you obey or the persons you respect the most. I think their opinions matter, as you just told me, and keep shining. So thank you so much for your thoughts and
Thank you so much, Utkarsh. It was lovely. What you're doing is amazing. I'm really in awe of the number of people that you have interacted, and you've put so much efforts in knowing them, curating a questionnaire for them. Hats off to you. And it is because of people like you that we get to listen other stories, and some ideas sometimes pop up on somewhere that you're actually making someone's life right there, sitting there interviewing people. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.